But what we came up with for today was to revisit the EDCC website because we had a webinar a couple weeks ago with one of our Pennsylvania Department of Ag veterinarians. And while I know many on the call, we've known of EDCC for a number of years now, but I think they've really kind of expanded their set of tools that you can utilize, and especially to share, with our horse owners and horse enthusiasts in our states of how to use the EDCC, right? So I think, most of the time I think with yourself, this is where I learn of disease outbreaks in the states, right? And so, you can go to the disease alert page, and especially depending on how organized your state's, Department of Ag is, it might not be very easy sometimes to get that information on your state's outbreaks. But there are some other tools on here that this veterinarian that did a webinar for us on biosecurity a few weeks ago showed us and talked about. So there were 3 key tools we thought would be useful to share with the group here, to share with your audiences, through social media or whatever, as a tool. So one of them was, we sometimes get questions about what diseases are reportable in each state. And so this has an option that you can select and see, for example, in Florida, what diseases are reportable and actionable versus monitored versus not reportable. So sometimes that comes up as a question from horse owners to know. So that is one tool that we had. Another tool is when you go into, let's see, there is state veterinary offices. So again, you can search by state to find, so if I do Oklahoma, you can find who your state veterinarian is and diagnostic lab. So that is useful too, again, depending on how functioning your Department of Ag website is. This might be an easier source for some people. So this is another thing. And then the third tool we found, which was useful, was going under biosecurity and travel. And there's plenty of links embedded within the EDCC website at this point, but this particular tool was looking at state requirements for interstate travel. So if I was going from Pennsylvania to down to say Montana, and I have and you can do other species here, so really anything, but horses, then it shows a nice list of what you need and the latest outbreaks and things like that. So again, no one on the Penn State side was aware that we had these extra tools now on the EDCC website. So I don't know how many were also aware of these things, but we thought it was useful as something to share with your extensive audiences. Again, it can be hard to find this information sometimes in states and a cohesive location. So Brittany, is there anything I'm missing?
I was just going to add, if you get lost and are trying to find the tools, if you go over across on the EDCC website, there's a section that says resources, and you can also get to that travel requirements. It's Global Vet Link Animal Movement Requirements. And that one was really cool, like she said, just to show what your state requirements are. In particular, like I know we were talking about Pennsylvania, and if they'd been around VS at all within like a certain mile radius, they can't come back in the state. So there's like a lot of little nuances that you can see there really easily.
Yeah, so it's become I feel like a more robust website with a lot more tools on it to utilize. So we thought we were all enlightened the other week about this. We thought we'd share it with the group here.